Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Pisces. Hello Pisces, and welcome to your August of 2014 Tarotscope and mini astrology reading. So let's get right into the tarot and see what's going on for Pisces in August. Okay, there's our first card. Knight of Rods. A person, usually, probably a person. Okay. Well, the Queen of Cups is the water sign, which, for the most part would be you. So there's something going on with you and being hurt. So some hurt feelings going on here with the Three of Swords. More so, though, we'll get into it. Okay, well, more so, here's what I was saying. We're looking, this is Queen of Cups. I really have no light on in this room, but something's happening in the processing with the glare. So I've got, like, no light in this room. I'm going to hold up each card. Hopefully you can see it. Queen of Cups. Probably you. I would say it is you. The water sign woman, but it could be just a water sign person in these general readings. Looking through Three of Swords in reverse, mind you, to the Knight of Rods who looks away. So it does seem like this is a severed relationship, or a relationship that has some baggage or some stuff that's happened. Because Three of Swords in reverse, it's one meaning of it is that it's not as bad, put it that way. The Three of Swords upright is pretty severe. Three of Swords in reverse is not as bad for different reasons. Maybe because, you didn't care that much anyway. It wasn't that big of a deal. Or secondly, because this is a long time ago, and you're looking back, and it hurt a lot then, but now you can see past it and see, see other things here. Third could be that it is time past, and you've kind of coming to terms with it, and the wounds don't hurt as much anymore. And the things that matter, the things that you're so adamant about, you're not so adamant about anymore. It does say that things where there were stalemates, there can be agreement can be reached. People who thought one way could be turned around and think a new way. And in some cases, this may even be you. Maybe you had a closed mind back then, or whenever this was. And now you're kind of turned over a new leaf or looking a new way. This person's in the upright position, and you're both in the upright, even though there is this pain stuff in the middle of it. When this kind of thing comes up, it's like, well, maybe you both were good people, but you just weren't on the same page, and you just were compatible. And it's fire and water. I mean, fire and water, not compatible for the most part, you would think. Just in general, you don't have to know a thing about astrology to know that, fire and water, I'm hearing that Bad Company song, Fire and Water Must Have Made You Their Daughter. So maybe that has some relevance. I forget the rest of the lyrics. You've got what it takes to make a grown man's heart break. Anyways, let's continue on with the readings. But I feel like this is like a no fault, no one to blame. And also that the Knight, so this makes me almost feel like, maybe you weren't ready or grown up enough. And especially Knight of Rods. This is somebody who's real young and impetuous and just, just doesn't think and is naive in a way, not in a bad way necessarily, but, just young. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not going to say young and foolish, I'll just say. There's a little rhyme, a little limerick. Young and dumb and blah, blah, blah. And if those of you who remember that will remember it, and those of you that don't bother looking it up because it's a little crude. But anyways, that popped into my head too. Anyhow, and going onward. So, something that was an impasse or seemed important. This is really what I want to say. This seemed really important to you at one time, or this was a point of contingency or an argument. And now it's dissolving. It's dissolving, it's dissipating. That's what I really want to say. However, I don't feel like your wheel in reverse is saying that you're not going to go take up with this person again. And for those of you that are old enough, I feel like this could be like your kid's father, like say, or your kid's mother. Where you just, and because it feels like for some reason you have to, they're either still around, or you're revisiting it in some way. And a lot of times when you have kids with somebody, they're still around. Even when your kids are grown, they're still around. You see them at different events or whatever. And it's like at one time, we're at each other's throats and blah, blah, blah. But now it's all kind of mellowed out and evened out. Not that you're ever going to really get back together again. As Wheel in Reverse is saying, no, probably not. Doesn't mean that you're going to fall back in love and go back with that person. But just that you can kind of come to terms with it, have some peace with it. Bury the hatchet, I would almost say. Because if you ever did go back, it would revert back into ugliness, is pretty much what this is saying. That it could get ugly quick. Because Six of Rods in reverse regarding relationships and stuff is saying, disrespect. That's what that would say. Another thing that's going on here too, it could be, but at any rate, you're going to move, it feels like you're going to move on or have moved on to somebody who's more like an earth sign, if this is talking in romance with you. So more like an earth sign or an earth sign, who is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. And in August, we actually do move from fire to earth, from Leo to Virgo. So this could also be a timing factor. This could also be some financial implications too. If some of you were expecting some money, this could be like a business partnership that went wrong, or a coworker, and it's like you don't really hate them, it's just policy or something, because it says news and fire, but it seems like it could be disappointing news. But then in earth, things turn around. So this could tie, if this old relationship stuff's not really resonating with you. There's some issues, it could have to do with a relationship at work or something like this. But in any case, it's sort of like, I forgive you. Or if it were work, it could be like a situation of, well, it's just business. You know how people say that all the time. Oh, it's just business. It's not personal. It's just business, right? Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on to the astrology, because I think we're going to go ahead and keep in the animal totems because everybody seemed to like that. But I want to go ahead and do the astrology second now. Okay, so we're going to put Pisces on the ascendant. Where is that, Pisces? There you are. And so the sun's in your 6th house this month. Health, work and health is highlighted. And then the first event that's going to be happening is the full moon on, what date would that be on? August 8th, or excuse me, August 10th. It's upside down. August 10th in Aquarius, in your 12th house. Full moon in your 12th house is having realizations about your past. Totally. That definitely makes sense. About having enlightenment, having realizations about your past. People from your past could totally show up with the full moon in your 12th house. Also, that could be a great time for visitations. 12th houses, people have passed on. Full moon there can be, you could have, or even just people who have passed on, you might have an insight. But if you have a little memory about them, then know that they're there. And then the new moon in your 7th house, see? 7th house is, and that's going to be on the 25th of August. That is your house of partnerships, relationship. Great day to start any kind of partnership or relationship. And it's not limited to love, although that is its primary meaning in the 7th house. It's totally could be business partnerships, any kind of partnerships. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these animal cards out, and we're going to draw the animal totem for Pisces for the month of August. If I said July anytime in this, disregard. This is definitely the reading for August. August of 2014. Okay, animal totem, reveal yourself for Pisces. Oh, I got 2 of them. Well, I got to pick one, so I'm going to put them back in. Because I got to have one. I just feel like that I had to have one. I think I got 2 cards again. Come on now, give me just 1 card, please. There it is. Okay, the animal totem. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This has a lot of personal meaning for me. Is going to be the great blue heron. Okay, stay tuned for information on the meaning of the great blue heron and some more exciting news that I have to tell you. The great blue heron is a magnificent sight to see in flight or on the shores of water. They keep to their own self and they fly on their own path and they don't care what others think about them. So the heron, it's very unusual to see two herons together because they totally go their own way, only to come together during mating times. They wade in the water, connecting them with the earth and the water as well as the air. These are the tween places, representing the other worlds, nature and spirit. They're connected to the fairies and connected to accessing higher realms of consciousness. If Heron is shown in, it's time to fly your own path and stay true to yourself. Before we go, I wanted to tell you about this awesome spirit guide artist from Ohio, J.D. Arichi, and his website is infinitecreations.net. Now, this is the first drawing that I ever had done from him. I had just at some kind of psychic fair, and these are the charcoals. This is one of my charcoals that he had done for me, and it's like a reading. And this is like the past, present, and future. I don't know if you can pick up on this camera, but there's all sorts of little details going on. And there's like little faces and all sorts of things you can look at. And then, of course, he gives an interpretation at the time, but you can look at this later on and pick up so much other things from it. And on the back, he mats it, and on the back he gives you like an explanation of everything. It's really cool. And the other thing he does that I just had done, I'm going to put it on the screen. I don't actually have it in my hand yet, but he emailed a print to me. He does these spirit guide portraits, and I think he's one of the best I've seen ever. I mean, and I've even looked around on the internet because as an artist myself, I'm really into spirit guide art, and I've had several done over the years. I think he's really one of the best around. This is the one that he just completed for me, and I can relate to this on so many levels. He's going to give me the actual print, but this is one he emailed me because I told him I wanted to feature him in this month's videos. He's very reasonably priced. These smaller ones with all these details, I think these are only like $30. So he's very reasonably priced, very talented artist. Truly psychic too. I mean, everything, when I had this thing done, everything that he was talking about, this all had really, really good meaning. So not only is he a great artist, he's a true psychic. And as I said, as you go on, see, if you look at this one, there's a face here, but then there's another face here. I don't know if you see that. There's all kinds of crazy little things happening in these, and they're all like this. And then of course, the spirit guide art is just so cool as well. So check him out. It's J.D. Arichi. His website is called infinitecreations.net. Make sure it's .net. And if you want to check the description of the video, I'm going to go ahead and put a link below and check him out. I think he's great. I think he's awesome, and I think you'll enjoy his work too. Also, I want to tell you about some of my other websites and my other projects that I have going on. If you go on my main page, Rock and Roll Prophetess, and you click on some of my other channels over here, I have the music channel, where I write music, and I would love to have artists record my songs if possible. And then of course I have it's Vicky Verley, but it's learning songs for kids. So if you have little kids and you'd like to have them enjoy some of my songs that I write, or if you like to help me get the Green Glen Gang out there into the world, I've started doing them in more 3D with polymer clay rather than flat 2D. And they've been around me, this Green Glen Gang, they've just been around me forever. And I just think one day their time will come. And then of course, before we go, I have to talk about the book, Tarot in the Modern World. So many of you have been buying it and liking it. It's real easy to understand, and it's just, if you like the way that I speak in simple terms, then chances are you're going to like this book. I give upright and reverse position. I give a little poem as how to remember it. And I also go into a little bit about how to tie it all together. So take a look at my Tarot in the Modern World, some of my other websites. Be sure to check out JD's infinitecreations.net. He's a really gifted psychic and spiritual artist. I want to thank you all for watching and liking my videos and sharing and commenting and donating. These little donations, it really makes it worthwhile for me to continue on doing these free readings every month. And I want to tell you all, remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.